Today we're going to make a sandwich loaf in just 6 minutes of work. To a mixing bowl, we're going to add 500 grams of all-purpose white flour, 3 grams of dried yeast, 10 grams of salt, and then using the back of a wooden spoon, we're just going to stir that up a little bit and make sure those ingredients are incorporated. Then we'll go ahead and add 350 grams of warm water. I like to use the back of a wooden spoon to mix because it doesn't get stuck to your hands, and it's just easier to mix all the water in this way. There's a little bit less cleanup to do. So we'll keep spinning the bowl and just try to incorporate the flour as best we can into this mixture and make sure that all of the flour is hydrated. We'll use the spoon to scrape the flour off the sides of the bowls and try to tuck that back into the mixture here. It might seem like you need to add more water, but you're actually going to be good. This is a 70% hydration dough, so if you just keep mixing and mixing and mixing, it will all come together at the end. At this point, most of our flour has been incorporated. You can still see that there's a little bit of dry pieces at the bottom, so we'll go ahead and switch off of the spoon and mix the rest in by hand. And it's the same concept here, just kind of tuck and fold and try to incorporate the last remaining bits of dry flour. And that's looking good, so we'll cover this with a lid and come back in 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes, and we can see at the top of the dough there's still a little bit of crustier parts that can be merged in. So we'll do a stretch and fold technique. Just pull on the top of the dough and fold it over, and then we'll pull the next side and fold it over. Rotate, pull, and fold, and then one more time. And then knead the dough a couple of times. Now we'll put it back to rest for another 30 minutes. This time all we have to do is 4 quick stretch and folds, just following the pattern from the previous round. And now we'll cover it and let it rise for an hour this time. The dough has puffed up quite nicely and it's ready to begin shaping. So we're going to do one final stretch from the top into the middle and then the bottom into the middle. We'll flip the dough back over and fold the other sides back into the middle as well underneath. At this point, we'll scoop our fingers under the back side of the dough and pull toward us. This will put some tension on the front and help shape the loaf. And we can do the same thing with the other sides, tucking them into the middle and really help bringing everything into the center and forming a nice cohesive ball, which we can form into a rectangle. With the shaping done, we'll drop the dough into a loaf pan lined with some parchment paper With parchment paper, it's a lot easier to fit into a loaf pan if you crumple it up into a ball first and then unravel it and then drop it back into your pan. There might be a couple larger bubbles on the surface of the dough, in which case you can pop them if it makes you happy. And now I'm going to cover the loaf and let it rise for about 30 minutes somewhere warm, and get the oven turned on to 425 Fahrenheit or around 218 Celsius. After 30 minutes, this is ready to bake, and I'm just going to spray a little water on the top to add some moisture. We'll slide the loaf onto the middle rack and spray a bunch of water to get some steam going, and close up the oven and bake this for 52 minutes. Normally you'd wait for this to fully cool down before cutting in, but for the purpose of the video, I want to show you what it looks like inside. So here we go. I hope you enjoyed the video and try out the recipe for yourself so you can see just how easy it is. Thanks for watching.